Screaming!
Woo!
All the screaming.
Hello. I'm Randy Raccoon. This is Tales from the Virtual Tabletop. Woo! Everybody, we're going to do some introductions real quick, starting with Howie.
Hello, hi. How's it going, everybody? What's up? Oh, shit, hold on. I got one cake in my mouth. There we go. Hi, everybody. My name's Howlett. You can call me Howie. My pronouns are they/them. And this is character introductions too, right?
Yeah.
Excellent, cool. And today I will be, I'm going to be playing KSB and Novak.
Mari.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm Mari, Marionette. I go by they, them. I'm a little bat, and I'm gonna be playing Sebastian, Zemfir, but he goes by Beleos. That's not. Okay, hold on.
You can do it. You can do it.
I fucked it.
Scuff. There he is.
Yeah.
Viper.
Hi, everybody. I'm Viper Key. You can call me Viper. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them. And I'm going to be playing Alara Tarn, who is a Arctic elf.
Hell yeah.
And...
Get that token.
Boop.
Yes.
Grinds.
Hi, everyone. I'm Grinds the Alchemist, and I am going to be playing Astrid of the Whispering Howls.
Don't forget your pronouns.
Oh, my pronouns. You're right. I should never forget those. She, they. Boop.
Boop.
Boop. Did it boop?
No,
Whispering
it
Howls
didn't
sounds so cool.
Why not
no
boop?
No
Uh-oh.
boop.
Ain't no booped.
Hey, no boop. That's weird.
Boop?
Boop.
Boop. Hold on. I'm resetting.
Okay. Well, we'll do Tiki while the technical happens.
Big T.
Okay. What's going on, cowards? I'm Tiki_Bunny, and you're watching Tales from the Virtual Tabletop. I play Solana and pronouns she, her. Whoop.
Woo! And as I said earlier, I'm Randy Raccoon, and I will be your dungeon master. Wow!
Yay! Yay!
Oh my goodness! And we're sorry in advance, chat, but we will be largely ignoring you while we play the game.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. But I do see that we got a stretch redeem, so everybody do a quick little stretch.
A quick little stretch. And just so you're aware, we do also have an active moderator in chat, so be on your best behavior. And if you have any pertinent questions, maybe they'll be able to answer, maybe they won't. But, somebody is watching you.
That's right. You are being watched, just not by us. All right. Well, now that introductions are done, let's go ahead and just jump into session. How are we feeling?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
So intense.
Yeah, sweaty.
Perfect.
Oh,
Let's
I gotta take some insulin.
go.
Take off the hoodie, bro.
Let's do this.
I gotta
Let's
take
do
off the
it.
hoodie.
Hell yeah.
Bark, bark.
I gotta get out of
Here we
my
go.
kirigumi.
Uh-oh. Who are we missing?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Nothing. I just didn't push the start button. All right.
Yeah.
We begin.
Okay. Shh.
Long ago, the world of Aya functioned as expected, and life, in all its boundless potential, flourished. Societies grew and withered, rife with politics, villainy, joy, beauty, heroism, and every day the sun set and rose, until one day it didn't. Over 1,000 years later, and still no one really knows why the planet stopped spinning, only that it did. Not that the current denizens of Aya spend much time contemplating that. Enough time has passed that there isn't a soul alive who remembers what the world was like before. In fact, quite a few people wonder if the planet ever really spun at all. In Nightfall, the furthest habitable duskward region on the planet, people hardly spend time wondering about the sun or thinking about it in general, as most of the people who live here will spend their whole lives having never seen it. By means both magical and mundane, life has acclimated to the perpetual cold and darkness of this area. Here, the light of the moon guides all things, person, planet, animal, and whatever else lurks in the shadows of the frozen tundra. In the duskward heart of nightfall, the sprawling kingdom of Erlysia thrives. Two of its greatest settlements, the capital city of Crymor, the Azure Haven, and the port city of Novak Torn, stand like beacons against their glacial surroundings. Cutting through the snowy terrain from one city to the other, a winding frozen river serves as the byway for trade, known as the Frigid March. Dotted along the icy banks of the Frigid March, at regular intervals, are an assortment of settlements ranging in size and importance based on proximity to either of the beacon cities. One of these such towns is Little Torn, and it is here that our story begins. The first settlement outside of Novak Torn, Little Torn is as affluent as it is small. In the height of the trade season, the village's population can inflate to nearly 1,000. Though in the dead of winter, when the Frigid March is still and closed, the population evens out to around 200. I misplaced my notes, one sec.
No.
The buildings of the town are sturdy and stout, constructed from timber and stone to withstand the harsh winters. Many structures have sloped roofs designed to shed heavy snowfall and small chimneys with puff smoke into the frigid air, hinting at the warmth and life within. To combat the endless night, the town is illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns and the warm light emanating from the windows. Stories of heroic deeds, mythical creatures, and grand adventures are shared over tankards of ale and hearty meals prepared for the day's bounty. Little Torn is host to a close-knit community, bound by tradition, mutual respect, and a shared love for their way of life in the vast, frozen wasteland that they call home. On the eastern edge of the village, built into the cliffside, framing the waterfall that breaks up this portion of the Frigid March, rests Icefall Keep. For generations, the noble house of Novak has overseen not only this village, but all of the settlements along the Frigid March. Today, the current Viscount of Little Torn goes about their usual daily routine. They've just finished sleeping in well past a respectable hour, and now saunter into their dining hall for a late brunch. Howie, if you'd like to describe your character.
Yes. Okay. Me. Okay. So Caspian is a catfolk. They are relatively tall, kind of much more lithe than I would say like burly or anything like that. They stand roughly around 6 feet. Well dressed in their house colors, which is sort of a deep, rich blue and gold trim. They wear similar to sort of a duelist's attire at all times, though it's much more ostentatious and a bit more like fancied up, we could say. With a rapier that is pretty often just at their side, that is equal parts weapon and kind of glorified bling piece, we could say, with a very like well done, fancy, ornate hilt, and clearly a well cared for scabbard for the narrow blade within. But yeah, that's Caspian.
Caspian, as you entered this dining room, this is a large dining room, much bigger than the people who currently occupy the keep, which is just you, your cousin, and the regent when you're not in your seat, Beatrice, and your longtime governess, the person who raised you, who took care of you in life, who has retired to living in the keep full time. And they're both sitting at the table digging into kind of a late brunch situation as you enter. Beatrice looks up and goes, "Well, fair cousin, you rise with the moon today."
Yes, of course. What can I say? late into the evening, serious work and all that.
Very serious,
What are we
I'm
eating?
sure. Oh, the usual. Fish
Oh, goody.
and coffee.
There we go.
So, usually I let you go about your business. Tend to the taverns in the area, as you like to do, but I do have something I need you to attend to.
I suppose I could potentially make time for it. I mean, I am very busy. What could I possibly do for you?
Well, as you know, in a little less than 3 weeks, the Frozen March will be opening back up, the Frigid March, and your sister will be coming through town.
Yes, of course. Who could forget my dear sister?
About maybe half a day outside of the city on the Frigid March, there is a crack in the ice.
All right. Don't we have people for that sort of thing? Go and gussy it up.
You are the people for this sort of thing. We do have scouts, right? They go and they check on things. Normally, a crack in the ice isn't that big of a deal. It just freezes back over, but the scout checked it 2 weeks ago, there was a crack. The scout checked it a week and a half ago, there was a crack. The scout just got back last night, and guess what? The crack is still there.
I see. That is, well, obviously very concerning, of course. What does that have? I'm not a crack specialist.
No, you are not, but you are responsible for maintaining the Frigid March. So I need you to, gather a team, get out there and figure out what's happening. It should be easy, should be no problem.
All right. Okay, sure. Very well. Of course, I can handle this matter as perhaps overblown as it may seem for you, my dear cousin. I will get it resolved.
Wonderful. I took the liberty of assembling a list of people in town that I thought could help you with this.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Caspian,
Fantastic.
one day you'll have to actually learn to do your job.
Why? We have such a perfect arrangement. You do so well here doing the paperwork and other stuff, and I show up for all the ribbon cuttings and kissing of the babies. It works just fine.
Just take this list of people and go invite them over or something. I don't know. However you want to handle this. You can handle this.
I shall send out the royal summons right away.
Very well.
I will take some coffee, take 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, 4 fish, and the scroll, and kind of just swish my little cape, turn on my heels, and saunter off to my office to begin pinning letters.
Yes, you set off to write the summons. Oop. Hold on, you know what? I forgot something. Nerds.
Did you forget the backgrounds?
I did, I forgot the backgrounds.
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to throw off your groove. I was like, oh, there was a background. I'm so excited.
There. Icefall
Where?
Keep. Hold on.
I don't see it. Ooh!
Oh,
Fancy.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Oh, there's like a little thing up here too.
Yeah,
Yes, get the
I
little
love it.
name.
Oh.
Little toy.
So Caspian is so rich, he has a name over. They have a name over the
In the
castle.
sky.
Yep.
Yeah. We pay a
Sky
druid to
Raiders.
sky rate. Yeah. Wow.
From here,
Yeah.
we're actually going to pan over to the other side of town. Little Torn is an interesting town in that it doesn't have a lot of people, but it is very well taken care of. And a lot of the people who live here do live in kind of apartments almost temporary housing because people come in and out pretty quickly. And one of these such apartments is the Dawnward Housing Complex. And here, taking up residence, is our Shuni friend, who should just now be kind of finishing up her morning routine, and encounters a bit of a knock at the door. Astrid, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Well, Astrid is a Shuni, so she's about 3.5, 4 foot tall, very, very bulky and built. So usually wearing just standard hide, just some standard hide armor, backpack, and things, just to, give her the supplies she needs to travel and so forth. But obviously, probably doesn't have her backpack on right now. Just probably woke up just in basic, regular, common clothes, like probably just a simple dress of some kind. And at the knock at the door, probably just wanders over and opens it.
You open it and you see on the other side a human guard. He's kind of scruffy. He's got a beard. This is someone you know. This is your friend Bart. And you can tell at a glance he is incredibly hungover. He leans against the door frame and he looks at you and he's like, "Oh my God, Astrid, you should have come out with me last night. I don't remember what I did." And then he kind of just barges into your apartment.
I probably try to grab him and lead him over to a chair and everything, and I'm just like, I guess I should have gone with you. You are in such a state.
I had, a pub crawl, but it's like not, because there's like 3 pubs in town.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when you leave one to go to the other, the cold kind of shakes it up a little, wakes you up. That's not the case this time. I don't know what happened, but it was awesome. Awesome. And then he goes on like that for a while, telling you about his lack of memory. Astrid, normally you would have gone out with Bart.
Mm-hmm.
But today is actually Moon Day, which is this world's Monday. And usually on Mondays you check all of the job boards.
Yes.
So you could not go out with him.
Mm-mm. Nope, I had to make sure I was up in plenty of time to check out the job boards and see if, and check to see if I have any mail or messages or anything from my contacts and whatnot. It's like I had to turn in early. I got this is the day where I find work. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The job boards. I'll walk with you if you want. I don't feel great. I don't feel great.
Do you need some coffee? Do you need some water?
Oh my God,
do you need to lay down?
Coffee. Let's do that.
Yes, I can get coffee.
You said about you make some coffee for Bart.
Mm-hmm.
As he regales you with his nightly activities. What would you like to do once you've got Bart all settled?
Once he's all settled, I'm just going to probably, since I'm not like working, I'm going to make sure I'm bundled up. Well, I don't need to bundle up too much. Big furry dog. But bundle up a little bit more so I can go out and check the job boards.
Hell yeah. You make your way over. There's only one job board in town, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it is over at the town hall. So you make your way over there and then just go ahead and give me a cheeky little investigation check.
Cheeky investigation
cheeky
check.
little. Y'all, it's the
love
first
to.
roll of the campaign.
Wait, I don't have investigation.
Whoops.
Yeah,
it's the
investigation's
first
not
roll
real.
of the campaign, and that's not even the system we're using.
Wrong
I'm
game.
like, wait a second. Investigation doesn't exist.
Can I get a perception check?
First roll of the game. You
Yeah.
have to You have to play a different game.
Yeah, we're not. This is not 5th edition. Chat, just in case you were confused, we're not playing 5th edition. This is Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Thank you. Boom. Boom. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a good roll. It's a good roll.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
You go over to the job board, and you know there's like some small things around town, like handyman work and stuff like that, but that's not really like your specialty.
Right.
You usually look for the jobs that are going to pull you outside of town for a minute, you know? You don't see anything. In fact, you see absolutely nothing, and that says to you that somebody was here before you.
Oh, goody.
You missed the day's haul, and you know who took it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to have a word with them when the next time I see them. Oh, great. This is not gonna bode well for my day.
And as you turn to head back towards your housing complex to make sure Bert's still good where you left him, actually you hear a voice in the distance calling out your name. You get on that big old perception check. And you look, and at first you don't see anyone, but then you have to look down. Even for you, at your, like, how tall is Astrid? Like 4.5 feet?
About 4.
About 4 feet? This is a Yosogi, a little rat folk person about 2 feet.
Oh.
And they've got they're all bundled up for the snow, but they're bundled up in the House Novak colors. And they kind of sprint towards you, being careful not to slip on the cobblestone. And they hold out a little letter.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
It's for you. You're Astrid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's
I
me.
thought so. Here you go.
But thank you.
And then they scamper off.
Open letter.
Open letter. You receive a summons to the Great Hall at the Ice Keep. At Icefall Keep.
Oh. Fancy.
Fancy. You got a couple hours to kill before then, but you have something to do for your day.
I could go home and just make sure I'm all prepared and ready. Or I could eat.
Or you could eat.
A lot. I think I'm going to eat a lot.
There's a couple places to eat in the town, but your favorite place to go is the Inn and Tavern. The Silicu Inn and Tavern.
And then I head there.
And you head there. And from there, we're actually going to swap to a new location. In the center of town, a small building stands. And it's just a one-story building, unassuming. But it is the place where everyone knows they can go for any tinctures, tonics, or medicinal remedies. One of 2 places in town that they can go for that, actually. As we zoom in on the Weasel's Claw. And Solanin, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Yes. So Solana she is also a cat folk. She's quite tall, standing about 6'1". That height sort of makes up for the amount of muscle she's got built up on her. So she's almost lanky looking. She doesn't wear anything like too fancy or brightly colored, just a lot of browns and like creams to just sort of blend into the crowd. She also doesn't seem to noticeably carry any like weapons. She kind of keeps herself, whenever she leaves her home, she kind of just keeps herself tucked inside of this long trench coat. Yeah, she's kind of a bit of a rough gal. Usually when she's in the Weasel's Claw, she's like sat behind a counter in this like swivel chair, just wheeling around the room at the couple little cots for any of her patients who come in.
And currently, the Weasel Claw is empty, but for you. You don't have any current patients. So you're kind of just going about your day preparing, like, whatever you need to prepare. It is getting... You guys are pretty far into the winter season here. And as always, when you guys get to the end of the winter season, your stores of herbs and tinctures that you had built up throughout the trade season is starting to run low. And just as you have this thought... there is somebody opens the door to your shop, and the little bell above the door tinkles, and you see a ratfolk that you recognize. This is Sif. She lives just like outside of the walls of town. She's like the stable master's wife, and she sometimes goes and forages for you. And today you see her enter with a basket full of herbs.
Oh, Sif, thank you so much, honey.
Hello.
Come on in.
I thought
What do
maybe
you got?
could use these. I was teaching the children how to forage, so some of the stuff in here might not be so good. But here's what
That's
I've got. And she hands you over a big bundle of herbs.
I'd sort of start to sift through them, see what's actually usable and what they picked. If it is anything that's like, anything like usable for a potion, or if it's just like some weeds.
Yeah, make a
that I can just toss in the
crafting
corner.
check.
Okay. What? Oh.
Why you? Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 19. Yeah, there's some usable. There's definitely like. So there's like a couple of weeds and like a stick or two. You know that Sif's youngest child is like 7, so it's like, okay, yeah, yep. A small child definitely put random stuff in this basket as well. But there's some usable herbs. You could definitely make some potions out of this.
You know, not too bad. This haul looks pretty good, Sif.
Oh, good.
Anything else you got for me today?
Sorry, say again?
Anything else you got for me today?
Oh, no. That was all. I just thought I'd come and say hello. It's been pretty slow here waiting for the trade season to open back up. We are excited.
Yeah, been empty all day. Just waiting for some sick people to roll on in with sniffles or puking or something so I can get my gold rolling.
Well,
Running
I
low.
know that is your business, but I'm glad there is not a sickness in the town right now.
Yeah. There's other ways. Have you heard anything recently?
Of anything like more sickness? What other ways?
Like, ignore the other ways. Have you heard anything about any work? Is anybody looking for a hand in any of their endeavors? Could be anything, above or below, a belt, you know.
I don't know necessarily if there's work in it, but we have had like we have someone staying at our house right now, just as like okay, I'll give you the gossip. Sten found a little elf lady out in the wilderness. Not little, actually, she's very tall, but you know what I mean. But out on the frigid march when he was like, you know, herding the goats. We've got these the riding goats, right? He lets them go free range, and then he has to like herd them in. And he was out doing that, and he found this really tall, like, elf lady.
Another elf. Interesting. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, Steph, I'll be seeing you.
All right. Well, hope the herbs help, and I'll see you later.
They do. Thank you.
Goes to get up. She opens the door, and as she does, there's another ratfolk on the other side. Pokes its head in. Are you the medicine lady?
Yep, Solanin. Welcome into the Weasel's Claw. What's your problem? You got the sniffles, bellyache, cough.
Oh, no. I'm fine. But this is from you from House Novak, and he hands you a summons.
She kind of turns her back to him in the chair, even though like the person is still right there, and opens up the letter and starts reading it. House Novak.
Yeah, and you've been summoned to Icefall Keep.
Fancy. All right, I'm in.
Great. Cool. Okay. Bye. And then he leaves.
Yeah, later.
And from there, we will shift again. Let's see. Sebastian.
Yes?
You arrived in Little Torn right before the Frigid March closed. And you had not anticipated staying here for the winter because you had not realized the Frigid March closed.
Mm-hmm.
So you found yourself stranded in this tiny town. And the town has certain systems in place to help for people if that happens. One of those is surplus housing it has set up. So you've been set up in a place to live. It's like a dorm room, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been frequenting the local kind of dingy tavern in the area. Where do you think Sebastian slept last night?
Probably on somebody's couch that he met at the dingy tavern.
All right. You wake up in the, we'll say the Duskward apartment complex on someone's couch. There's nobody seems to be in the direct vicinity of your eye line when you wake up. What would you like to do?
First of all, Sebastian notices how the couch is kind of tiny. He's about 6'1", and he's mostly legs. And he kind of stretches and is like, who did I go home with last night? I don't know. He's gonna rummage around the room and see what is there.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
All right.
Okay, you start rifling around. This is a pretty well lived in space, but it's tidy. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's been well taken care of. It's well situated. Looking around, trying to get any clue for who lives here. You find basically like a patch. You find like a tunic with a patch on it, and you realize that this must be a town guard's apartment.
Yeah, checks out. It's like, I should probably not try and steal anything from this one. And he puts the tunic back. And just kind of grabs his cloak, puts it back around himself. Which barely does anything since his shirt is always open, like almost midway down his chest, even though it's frigid outside. He just goes out and just gonna probably go back to the tavern.
All right. You head back to the tavern. This is this kind of like the less well taken care of tavern. It's called the Drift.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go down an alleyway to find it, and you get in. But you've spent a lot of time at this place recently. And the tavern owner, the proprietor of this building, named Briggs Pfister, has kind of become a bit of a friend to you, but he's also just a weird dude.
Okay.
There are dwarves aren't necessarily like rare in this area, but there aren't a ton of them. And this is kind of like a crotchety older dwarvish man who runs this establishment, and he kind of just lets you come in and do whatever you'd like.
Oh, all right.
And as you enter now, he's behind the bar. He seems to be cleaning some glasses. There's nobody else here.
Mm-hmm.
But you come in.
Hey, Briggs, buddy, you need any help around here?
Help with what? There's nobody here. There's nothing to do. You wanna rearrange my stock room? You can go ahead and do that.
Lifting. Not built for lifting.
Don't you got any other skills? I mean, like, really, what? You sit here, you drink, you leave with people, and that's fine. That's a great life. I'm proud of you for that. But I don't know what other work you could do. Do you want to, like, I don't know, repaint the building?
He kind of scrunches his nose a bit. She's like, well, I'm pretty good at performing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You've been mentioning that you wanted to perform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. There's nobody here right now, but you could do that. You know, you could just, I don't know. You want something to do, you could sing for me.
Oh. He kind of goes, yeah, all right. Thinks about what he could possibly sing. And probably remembers something like something similar to a sea shanty when he used to be on a boat for a while.
Hell yeah.
So
go
gonna
ahead,
do that.
give me a performance check.
Right.
You start singing, and you get like 3 verses into the song, and you look over at Briggs, and he is crying.
Oh. Whoa.
Just the voice of an angel. It's been a long time since people sang here. Though now that you're singing, I think you did this last week, and I think I cried then too. Just beautiful.
Sebastian is grinning, like, proudly, but he's also kind of blushing because he's not used to. He's not used to that, but he's just like, it's something I did often in, the carnival I used to work with.
That's so wild. We don't get a lot of carnivals around here, but I've heard of them when I used to live at Azangathul, the dwarven settlement, like downward of here. Oh, I just realized. Somebody came here looking for you.
Me?
Yeah, somebody came here looking for you. Hold on. They gave me something. Oh, it's in my pocket. And he pulls out a small, little, letter folded and sealed and hands it to you. There you go.
He thanks, and he takes it, and he immediately sees the seal from the noble house, and he kind of scowls, and he's just like, what do they want from me?
What am I, a mind reader? You gotta open the damn letter.
Yeah. Unceremoniously, like, tears the fucking seal off and opens it.
Yeah, you receive a summons and a job offer.
He stares. This is a trick. It has to be a trick. What
What could they possibly want? Do they know me?
What do you mean, how do they know you? Like, literally 200 people live here. You've been here for 2 months.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you. You know everybody. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
you
right,
don't.
that's fair.
Not everybody comes around here, but I've been living with the same 200 people for, God, I don't even know. How long have I been living here? How old am I? Shit. A while, I'll just say. It's been a while.
Sebastian just reaches out and pats his shoulder like, all right, thanks, Briggs. I'm going to go to this, I guess, and see what it is. Money's money, I suppose.
I mean, ain't that right? Okay, but you gotta sing more later. And if I forget, just start singing. We'll go
All right,
through
I don't
that
want
again.
you. I don't want you crying on me, though, buddy.
Listen, if I got an emotion, I'm just gonna let it out. I can't keep that inside. That's not good for you. That's why you're so pale.
He's like, all right, Briggs. See you later, buddy. Oh, and if the guard comes by, the one I went home with, I don't remember his name. Don't tell him where I went. And he just jolts out the door.
Okay. Sure, like the god's not gonna find them. And you go. From here, we'll zoom out just outside of the bounds of Little Torn to the stable master's house, where a very tall elf lady has been recuperating. Viper, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Yeah, so Alera is a 6'7" Arctic elf. So she's very pale to kind of blend in with the snow. She's kind of athletic because she does a lot of just like exercise in her free time, but she has dark silver hair, like shoulder length, but it's usually up in like a ponytail or a bun. And she has like wine red eyes and typically dressed in a darker like robes and clothing like that. Yeah.
All right, you've been settled here at Sten's house, kind of sleeping on his couch for about a week since he found you in the snow and brought you home with him. It's been crowded in here. It's a 1-bedroom cabin, but it has a loft where the children sleep. So it's been a hectic recovery hanging out in this small house. You've checked out the town a little, but you haven't felt up for really digging around much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You've just been kind of regaining some energy here. The house currently is missing Sif. She went into town for a moment. But Sten and their 3 children are actually out at the stables taking care of the goats. So you have a rare moment of solitude here. What would you like to do?
Is this like early in the morning, like kind of just like waking up kind of time?
It's actually like late morning. I'd say it's probably equivalent to like 11 a.m. approaching noonish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have her just waking up anyways.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, what time is it? She's gonna kind of like roll out of the like. She's been like what, sleeping like a couch or like in the corner or something, right?
Yeah, kind of curled up on the couch.
Yeah. She's gonna like wake up, kind of like bracing for a bunch of like noise, but then realize it's super quiet and look around like really confused.
You look around. The house is empty. It's startling.
She's a little confused of like why it's so quiet, and maybe we'll just like kind of roll out of bed and like put on her clothes and kind of like wander outside looking for Sten.
You open the door. You don't see Sten, but you can hear the shrieks of small children like across the way. The stables are just like on the other side of the frozen river, so the house isn't like right next to them, but you can hear the shriek of children laughing. And then you hear Sten kind of like trying to corral them, but you don't quite see them, but you can hear them out there doing whatever it is they do.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she's gonna like make her way over to them.
Yeah. You walk over, you find Sten and his 3 children, who you know are Zess, Rock, and Tali.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Zess, Zess.
Okay.
Rock, R-O-K, and Tali, T-A-L-I.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Zess is like the equivalent, like they're all Yosoki, like rat folk, but Zess seems to be the equivalent of like a 14-year-old. And she seems to be trying to help her dad keep Rock and Tali in check, but the twins are the equivalent of 7 and are filled with so much mischief. But you walk over and Sten kind of gives you a smile and a wave. Oh, you're awake?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to sleep in so late.
No, that is all right. Sleeping is good, especially, you've had a trying week, I suppose.
I suppose so. Thank you for having me here, too. It means a lot.
Of course, yeah. I did have, you told me just in passing that you were here to look for someone who had sent you a letter?
Yes. I suppose I'm looking for someone who claims to be my father.
Oof, that sounds complicated.
Yes, he didn't give me much to work with either.
Well, I was thinking about that, and I don't know, I don't know of a lot. I don't know if I know your father, honestly. I know most of the people in town. I've been here a while, but I do know that if you go to the post office, they can tell you if it was sent from here.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
The postmaster keeps good records. Old family friend.
I suppose I'll go walk over there and see if they've got any records of it then.
Right, let me give you directions. And he gives you directions over to the post office, which is actually above the town hall. It's like built on top of it.
Okay.
And he gives you the name of the postmaster. So let me double check the name of it. Hold on now, my notes. It's in here. Mercy Galbraith.
Mercy Galbraith. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go up to the post office, Mercy should be able to check her records. She's very diligent.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you again for everything.
Of course.
The family's been so kind.
You're welcome to stay with us as long as you need.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, please.
Of course, yeah, I will. Oh my god, Rock, get that out of your mouth. And he scampers over to take care of those kids.
She's gonna smile and just kind of like start making her way over to the postmaster then.
All right. You make your way up through town. The post office is kind of in the center of town, so you get to have a little bit of a good stroll through the area before coming to the post office. You go up these stone steps and you open the door, and the first thing that's abundantly clear is that the post office here functions a lot like the post in Novak Torn, which is that it is falcon based. So they have a lot of like birds here. And the post office is on top of the town hall, but it's also 2 stories. And you can smell that kind of like a humid scent of the birds must be just above. Like this room that you come into is like, this is the post office, but the birds must be right above this because you can smell them right when you walk in.
Oh, okay.
And you enter, and the room seems to be empty, but you can hear like the creaking of floorboards. It seems like somebody might be in the bird enclosure above the post office.
Okay.
There is a bell on the desk, though.
Okay. She's gonna kind of awkwardly like waltz up. She's kind of like afraid to make noise. So she's kind of like tiptoeing forward, looking around. And then she just kind of like hesitantly like rings the bell and like looks around quietly.
You hesitantly ring it, and it like 30 seconds passes. You didn't ring it hard enough. So you have to like hit it again before there's like a hatch door in the corner that lifts up. And then you see like a head poke down from this hatch. There's like a ladder that leads up to the second floor. And there's this woman who's maybe in her like late 30s, this human woman. She's got kind of like bird scratch on her face. She has feathers literally in her hair. It's like she looks like she maybe like wrestles these falcons semi-regularly. She sticks her head out through the hatch and she goes, oh, one sec.
Take your time, please.
You hear like shuffling and then like a bird screech, and then she goes, oh, fuck you. And then she climbs down the ladder and closes the hatch. Okay, all right. Starts dusting feathers off of her. Sorry about the mess. Welcome to the post office.
Perfectly fine. Thank you. I was hoping you could help me with something. And she pulls out the letter and hands it over. Do you know if this was sent from here?
Oh, sure. Interesting. She takes the letter and starts to inspect it. There's like some stamps across like the top of the letter, which don't mean much to you, but you know that's pretty common for post that has been through any sort of organized post office. And she looks at it. She goes, well, this is I hate to tell you, this is not a little torn stamp. This is my stamp. Let me see if I can find a record of this stamp.
Oh, thank you.
But whoever sent this, they didn't send it from here.
She kind of just like crosses her arms, just like in very deep thought, like trying to figure out what that means.
Mercy kind of putters around, like pulls out a big book, starts flipping through it. It's like, oh, this is okay. Yeah, I don't see this. Is weird. I don't see the stamp. Do you mind if I hold on to this? It might take me a second to look through all of the like outposts and stuff. I don't recognize the stamp right off the bat. So just give me a minute.
Sure. Yeah.
And she starts pouring through her books. Okay. All right. I think this might have been from one of the smaller outposts.
Do you happen to know which one?
I don't. That's the problem. It's not in the book, which means that it could be that it's a new postmaster who has a new stamp that I just haven't gotten news of them yet, or it's a retired postmaster who shouldn't be using the stamp anymore. You know what I mean? But if anyone's gonna have record of this, it's probably gonna be the at the big house, at the keep.
Oh, okay.
They handle all the, like, they technically, like, I work for this town, I work for the people, right? But they handle, like, it's their jurisdiction to make sure that this functions. So, like, I'm funded by the noble houses, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't have record of this, but they might.
Okay. Who should I look for there?
Oh, there's only like 3 people who live up there. You just knock on the door. Probably the regent would help you. But I think you're supposed to ask for the Viscount.
Okay. Do they have a name? Sorry, I'm very new.
Oh, you are very new. That's actually kind of weird. Sorry, it's been a while since I've talked to new people. Hi, I'm Mercy.
Hi. Sorry. Alara. It's nice to meet you.
Alara. Oh, you sure this letter's for you? That's not the name on the... You know what? I won't pry.
Know.
It's okay.
It's confusing.
Okay, let's see. Yes, yeah, okay. So the Viscount is Caspian, but the regent is Beatrice.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And it's just the big house. And like she kind of points towards where the manor house on the edge of on the cliffside is. She's like, "Yeah, you just go up there, knock."
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Like, I mean, also like they're nobles, and I don't know if you spent any time in like places where there are a lot of nobles, but sometimes it's like pretty clear difference. But here it's pretty casual, just because this like fucking nobody lives here.
Oh, well, I suppose that makes sense. I'm from Novak Torn, so yeah, I'm a little
shit,
aware of
you
it.
probably have heard of Caspian then, because that
Mm-hmm.
the Viscount doesn't spend summers here, we'll say.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, sorry I couldn't help.
No, thank you very much. You were lots of help.
Best of luck.
She'll take her letter and I guess start heading up there.
All right. You take your letter and you head up to the house. And that is where we find our group convening in the Great Hall of the Icefall Keep. Let's see.
Ooh.
Caspian.
I love that everyone else got an invitation and Alara's just like, hey man, I'm just trying to find my dad.
Are you my dad?
You know my
They don't
dad.
know you.
Are we gonna have a "Are You My Dad" arc?
He went out to get milk. I haven't seen him in a while.
Caspian, it's been maybe like 45 minutes since you sent out your summons. You know that it does not take long to walk from one end of this town to the other. So you're expecting people to arrive at any moment. Beatrice has sent you down to the Great Hall to await your guests. And that is where you find yourself as
Absolutely.
they begin pouring in.
I'm just sitting at the end of the Great Hall on my slightly fancier than average chair, not a throne, fancier than average chair. Kind of one leg crossed over the other, just sort of counting the people as they walk in, making sure everybody gets here, because we're only gonna do this once.
Yeah, you get the 3 people you anticipated, and right when you're about to begin introductions, a 4th person you had not anticipated joins.
Excellent, fantastic. That goes as follows. Caspian will like stand up, big fluffy tail sort of like swish from side to side, unclasp their hands and just say, "Greetings, friends. I am Viscount Caspian." Doors open. Who the fuck are you? What is this? Beatty!
Alara looks
I just look over my shoulder and
mortified.
immediately call over my shoulder, Beatty! Beatty, there's an extra one. What is this?
She opens the door and she's like, "What? Oh,
Caspian will just point. What's this? What, who the devil are you?
He like very like awkwardly, like, arms kind of, like, glued to her side, but, like, puts her hand up and, like, waves. Hi, I was told by the postmaster to come check this, postage? With you?
Caspian Novak does not check postage. That's
Cousin,
BD's.
that is part of your job. Okay, well, I suppose I could do that.
Yes,
She
yes, well.
enters the
Hands over the
room
letter.
fully. She looks like a Maine Coon catfolk. The
Ooh.
same Novak blue eyes, which runs in the family. And she's very well dressed, impeccably well dressed. Her heels kind of clack on the stone floor as she walks over to you.
Well, this has completely ruined the mood. Gertie, could we get some alcohol for our friends, please?
What?
Oh,
You need the
please,
alcohol? Gertie sticks her head in.
Yes, this lanky one here has thrown off my groove. Could we please get some alcohol to reset the groove?
Okay, but I was mulling some wine and it won't be ready for another half an hour.
Oh, damn it. And Caspian just kind of like sits down, puts their hands on their knees, and just looks completely distraught and forlorn,
You
crestfallen.
need a need a
Just like
dress
a noble
rehearsal?
to be throwing a tantrum like that.
No, this is normal.
I can't hear you. I'm lost in my feelings.
Okay, well, do you need a dress rehearsal to do introductions or what? Is this hello?
Okay, well, first of all, hold on.
Yeah, hi.
They pull out
Thank you.
the
I am a
scroll
person.
and like go through the list of names.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at one name, looks at you, squints a little bit, looks at the next name, looks at you, squints a bit. I'm going to say Sebastian.
Close. Starts
First
with
of
an
all,
S.
yes, Sebastian starts with an S. I can read. I'm very well
Sure.
literate, in fact. The point is, I am here this pageantry is more for your sake than mine. Clearly, this is a very important thing for all of you, and I just want to make it memorable. Excuse me if the interruptions threw things off, and I'm merely here to try and ensure that you have the perfect moment with me. You're welcome.
Well, she puts her hand on her chest and put a hand on the cape for trench coat, billows it out, and bows dramatically. Oh, well, thank you very much.
You are
I'm
most
honored
welcome.
to be in a Novak's presence.
Yes, please. Viscount Caspian Novak will do just fine. Or Viscount Novak, or simply Caspian, I suppose. Well, I mean, technically this is an official sort of thing, so titles are necessary, but who cares?
Is the gift of your presence something we can return?
No.
Can I get paid for it?
It is... yes, you will be getting paid as well,
That's the magic
if I read
words.
this missive correctly.
Those are the magic words.
Well, if you're paying, we're hanging. So what's going
Indeed,
on?
I would love to tell you, but there is a strange elven woman here in the middle of our meeting, so we're going to have to wait for all that to happen.
Very rude of you to speak to a lovely lady such as this one over here. And he holds out his hand to Laura.
Oh, thank you. She'll just take it.
And he kisses the back of her hand and
Oh,
winks at her and goes, Sebastian.
hi, Alara. She just kind of like looks at him and like looks around like the space. Like, is this happening? What's happening?
That's
And
everybody.
he gently lets her hand go, and he's like, I think you should apologize to Alara.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
No.
Ah, what's wrong? He doesn't know how to say sorry.
Apologies are for when you've done something wrong, and I am merely waiting in my own home to give you the greatest gift you've probably ever received, if I'm being honest. And it's not a razor, though we do have those if you are in need.
At this point, Beatrice kind of just clears her throat and she's like, all right. This will be very entertaining for you all, I'm sure. But before we get into that, Miss, what can I help you with? Something about the post, you said?
Oh, yes. I got this letter from, I think, my father? But I don't know if he's actually here or not, or where this came from, and the postmaster didn't seem to know either.
Oh, interesting. All right. Okay. I do have records, so I will go see if I can match these stamps if the postmaster didn't recognize them. That's very interesting. Let me check. It'll probably take a while. The archives are extensive.
Oh, completely understandable.
You're so such a fresh face. How did you get here? It's the dead of winter.
Long story. I may have taken a journey to get here in the middle of, well, you know. And I was found and brought here. And, yeah. I was coming here to find who sent this letter to me, but I suppose I'm here now and going to be here for a while, so if there's anything that I can help with, I suppose that I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I used to be a bookkeeper in Novak Torn, so...
Oh, a bookkeeper? No, that's actually delightful. You look like someone who can handle responsibility. And you're either brave or foolish to brave the winter and come out here on your own. Caspian?
Yes, what? I was listening.
Dear cousin, enlist the elf while I check up on the post. You
Enlist
can
the
handle
elf.
this yourself.
Very well.
If you call for me again, I will make sure Gertie does not mull that wine.
Okay. There's no reason to make threats in our family home.
All right. And she turns around and just walks off.
Very well. Anyway. Welcome, esteemed guests. I am Viscount Caspian Novak, the proprietor of your letters that you have all received, with the exception of you. Sorry, didn't get your name. What was your name?
Alara Tan.
Alara Tan. Got it. Excellent. Fantastic. Pleasure to meet you. Well, all of you, and Alara also. Is Alara appropriate? Alara? I don't know. It's very difficult. Either way, I'm sure
Alara,
we'll figure it out.
It's
but
okay.
the point is there is a crack in our frozen lake, in the frozen river. There is a fissure that has remained for the past several weeks. Now, I'm sure I don't have to tell the majority of you that this is quite strange. Something is amiss out in the ice flow, and we need to ensure the integrity of our frigid passageway come the end of winter. I am looking to put a team together. All of you have been handpicked, with the exception of Alara, for many of reasons, I'm sure. I believe, judging by just the general vibe, that you all seem quite capable in many aspects. And also, there is a healthy sum of money in it for you as well, should you assist House Novak in getting to the bottom of whatever is causing this persistent fissure. Any questions?
How far is this fissure?
That is an excellent question. And I can assure you that we will reach it before... I feel like it's like a day, maybe 2. It's not too far.
Have you ever traveled?
Have I ever traveled? Yes, I travel all the time. Ignore my hound. I travel constantly. This is my winter home. Well, and obviously I'm the Viscount here. This is my winter home, but I spend summers in Novak Torns. Silence, beast! He will not be silent. But yes, I travel quite frequently, along the very same path that I'm sure the majority of you have used to get in and out of Little Torn. And you know how crucial of a throughway this is. Now, regardless of your opinions on me, misinformed or otherwise, I'm certain we can all agree that if anything were to happen to this ice flow, that it would be catastrophic for not only ourselves, but the rest of the people of Little Torn as well. So, who's with me?
I'm with you.
Sure. Sounds fun.
Long as I'm getting paid.
Oh yes, you will be paid.
Yeah.
Oh, there's pay. Okay, good. Yeah, sure.
That's unclear for you, not certain. You just,
No?
No.
We might count this as a work study sort of thing.
Well, if they're an employee.
Intern, perhaps. I don't know. Listen, all I know is that the allotted money, we may have to reduce everyone else's payment and give you a payment from that.
I
Not
wouldn't
entirely
want to
certain.
Inconvenience
That sounds fine
anyone.
for me. That sounds fine for me. I don't mind.
Yes, I'm sure we could work something out. It'll get handled. It'll be fine. But for the moment, just out of curiosity, aside from the dossiers that I have of course read quite thoroughly, what would you say all of you do?
Well, I stab people and I steal things.
Mm, nice.
All right, so criminal, excellent, fantastic. Good to know, I guess. We'll put you on the
Thief
list.
is a nicer word, but you know.
Theft is a crime, but we'll continue.
No,
All
it's
right.
borrowing before you ask.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to argue semantics. Don't touch my shit. You there, stoic but wide, canid individual. I believe your name. Hold on. I want to say. I don't remember the rest of the names.
It's
I'm
Astrid.
good.
It's Astrid.
Astrid, excellent. Astrid, please. What about you? What is your profession?
My specialty is finding things and people and bringing things and people back.
Oh, so like the opposite of what the thief does.
Yes.
Excellent. Perfect. Equilibrium. Just what we're looking for. Wonderful, wonderful. And you, yes, Sebastian, you in the back. Yes. What do you do? Pointing at Solanan.
Yeah, hi. It's definitely Solana. You can call me Annie. I'm an alchemist. I kind of just do whatever. If you get a boo-boo, scrape, whatever. I'm the local healing lady. You know.
Of course, yes. Who could forget
Weasel's
the
Claw, Mary and I here.
Yes,
She
the ferret's
points to the
claw.
stoat. No,
Lovely establishment.
he is an Arctic stoat. They are a weasel, not a ferret. Pretty sure.
Oh, I apologize by mistake. Must be thinking of another location. All right, and then you, Miss Elara.
Yes.
Ellie.
Alara.
Elira. Yes. What, you said you were a librarian?
Yes, I did bookkeeping, and I know a lot about arcane arts and study of that kind of thing.
Ah, interesting. Well, that may help us. There could be some sort of mystical shenanigans occurring, for all we know, and it doesn't seem as though anyone else here has any particular acclimate to arcane knowledge. Tell me, do you have any survival skills? Do you know how to pinch a tent?
Do a what?
Pitch a tent?
Oh, no. Although I made it here alive, so I think that's something, right?
Yes. That is something. Excellent. Gertie, where is that wine?
I can get it off the fire early if you want.
Oh my god, this is the longest 30 minutes.
Are you
minutes of my
boiling
life.
wine?
I'm mulling it.
You
It's
mulled the
fantastic.
wine, yes.
You know
It's
what?
delightful.
It's almost done. Let me get it. Hold on.
Oh, thank God.
Y'all ever had boiled wine? Doesn't that take the alcohol out of it? You boil it?
No, you're not. Well, it's boiling is part of the process. It's called mulling. It's actually a very traditional. Aren't you an alchemist? Shouldn't you know about this?
Tish tash. We're talking wine, not potions.
I mean, it is an elixir of alcohol. I feel like potions would fall under that category.
You know, I guess we're all lucky here that you're paying.
Oh boy.
Gertie comes
It's all
back
right.
with mugs of mulled wine for all of you.
Oh, fantastic. Gertie, you're a saint. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
you.
I would have preferred another 5 minutes, but that's okay.
Desperate times, Gertie. Desperate times.
I added extra cinnamon.
Oh, you're a dream. Anyway, but yes, as far as I'm aware, that is the end and the beginning of what our task will be, of what your task will be. We will be venturing out into the ice floe, finding this fissure, and attempting to discern what is preventing it from closing. I highly suggest that for those of you who are not already equipped and ready, to ensure that you have camping supplies, things to keep you warm, anything of that nature that you so require. Any other questions?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Outside of being the Viscount, what do
Well-
you offer?
I am an esteemed member of House Novak, which does mean I am one of the lucky few who experiences unparalleled swordsmanship, but also natural-born leader, skilled in politics, of course, but that has little to do with this. An appropriate level of survival acclimation. But as far as you're concerned, I guess swordsmanship, protection for all of you. You're my specialists, of course. And yes, that's the gist of it. I'm Caspian Novak. What can't I do?
You know, so far
Have
you are.
manners for one.
Oh,
Okay.
she coughs into her head.
Says the gross little man who couldn't shave before an important meeting with a viscount. All right.
What the?
You know, so I guess let's hit the town before any fights break out.
Yes, I suppose so. Yes, actually, that's a yeah, I'm going to be honest. The information I was given about this was fairly limited and fairly sudden. I'm not entirely certain. I mean, what time of moon is it out there? Caspian like ducks their head down to look out a window.
It's around like 1 p.m.
Okay, so it's like just after mid moon. All right. I mean, yes, I suppose the venturing forth is at your discretion. We can either leave promptly or at first twilight tomorrow.
You can still say first light.
At moonrise.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll give us enough time to make sure we've got our supplies and everything ready.
Resplendent, excellent. Well then, you are all, of course, dismissed. Miss Ilara, if you have any other questions, I know my dear cousin said that she was going to assist you with things. But in the meantime, if you find yourself in need of a place to stay, House Novak will lend you its hospitality.
Oh, are you quite sure?
Yes, for the time you are to be working under us at the very least. The best, it is merely the least we can do, of course.
That would be wonderful, actually. Thank you.
Excellent, fantastic. We will. I will ensure that Gertie turns over one of the guest rooms for you. Then.
I'm on it, don't you worry.
Goodness.
Oh, thank you, Gertie, my shining star.
A room all to myself. That's wow.
Yes, I mean, you could share Gertie's, but you'd have to fight her for it.
I don't share
All right.
very well.
I wouldn't
Does
want
not
to
share
impose.
very well.
Plus, this big old house has so many empty rooms right now.
It's true, and only half of them have storage.
Oh, well.
So by all
anything,
means,
anything will be nice. Thank you.
yes, we will ensure you have someplace warm to stay. The rest of you, as far as I'm aware, I was able to get a letter to you, which means you live somewhere. Are any of you... I know you own a shop. You look far too put together to live on the streets. Obviously, this one, it definitely... Do you have a house?
Sebastian crosses his arms like, yes.
See how I didn't have to mention who I was talking about for everyone to understand that I was talking about Sebastian?
He whacks Caspian against the leg with his tail.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. It has a mind of its own. Yeah, I do have a place. Thanks.
I squint at him. Do I believe him?
Make a perception check.
I would like...
Sebastian, if you could go ahead and make a
Deception.
either deception or persuasion.
Let's see what's better.
You don't have to. Don't tell us which one you're rolling. Just roll. That way we don't know if you're lying.
He has a proud, like, confident grin, even though he knows he probably got sawed through, but he's just like, whatever.
Yep.
Caspian, you look Sebastian up and down, and you're like, well, it's probably not a full lie.
All right. I will, yeah, Caspian will just kind of reach up and just, like, pat him on the shoulder and say, of course you do. Very well, then. I suppose, for the time being, you're all free to go, unless you have any other questions about our mission.
Not
Fantastic.
momentarily.
No.
Fantastic. Well, then you are free to go. Enjoy your revelry of the evening, and know that tomorrow we set out for adventure.
Oh, fantastic.
Truly.
Whoopee.
All right. You
All right.
guys have the night to prepare. What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna go back home and check on Bart. Excuse me. I
Yeah.
forgot my own friend's name. I'm gonna go check on Bart and see how he's doing.
You go home to check on Bart. He is passed out on your couch.
Wow. But he seems to be doing all right.
I mean,
Seems
he's
to
breathing.
be doing all right.
He's fully
Okay, breathing. Okay. All right. I just put a blanket over him and was just like
drooling a little bit.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. That's my favorite thing about my friend Bart is his drooling. That's what we love. That's why we love him. That's why we love him. Just
Listen,
just a drooling fool.
name me one pug person that does a drool.
He's a human being,
Bart's
not
a
a pug
human.
person.
Oh, I thought it was a shoonie. My bad. Bart, if I had a pug, I'd name him Bart. It's a good name. It's a good name.
Nope, this is a human man.
Oh, well,
You see, Caspian doesn't see race. It's just
it's true. Everybody's just kind of gross.
we're all poor.
It's all the poor.
You're all poor.
Disease.
But yeah, I'm just okay. If he's doing fine, geez, what do I do? Because I should have all my stuff ready to go. Oh,
You're
I
the
could
most
probably
professional out of all of us.
use some sort of potions and traps and things. I could probably use some consumables and throwables. Probably used up all my stuff, and I've got a little bit of gold, so
I hear there's an alchemist in town.
yeah.
There's
Actually, I did have a question about that, Randy.
Yeah.
Would any of us know each other or have encountered each other?
Absolutely.
Okay.
With the exception of Alara, all of you have
Yes.
been living here for at least 2 months. Sebastian's probably the person who's been living here the least amount of time.
Okay.
But throughout the winter months, Caspian Novak lives in the town in the winter months for at least the last 8 years.
I guarantee you have all been in at least a space where Caspian has also been doing things. You might have even talked to Caspian. They do not appear to remember you at all.
Yeah.
I'm the one who punched your sister. No.
No, you fucking weren't.
No. Anyway.
But Astrid and Solanin, you probably would be the two who know each other best because you've both been living and working in Little Torn full-time all year round for at least a couple years.
Solana's been here for a while.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think she was 20. And she's
Yeah.
27 now.
Yes, you guys are this is your guys' home turf, so you definitely know each other.
All right. Well, then I would trust her. I would trust her or them. What were your characters' pronouns?
Her. I don't know, her.
Okay. So I would trust her most with the stuff that I need.
Hell yeah. There's Solanin's alchemy shop. There is another alchemist in town. Solanin, this is somebody you know pretty well. It's the Tamay Medical Center is the place that he runs. He's an elderly Shuni, and he's so happy. When you moved to town, you were like, oh no, we're gonna have a rivalry. But he was so happy you moved here. He actually buys his health potions from you.
That's right, I use Yarrow.
Yeah, he's
Burdock.
he's getting up there, and he's just so happy to have another person in town who does the thing. He's like, oh my god. Thank God. And there is also a general store in town, which you both know. It's called Busy Business, and it's run by the proprietor, Busy Cataloba.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I've kind of got what we need. I've got stuff for your ouchies, your boo boos. I don't have much for camping supplies though. It's been a while since I've gone out.
I have
How about
camping
you?
supplies. I have camping supplies. I'm just looking for stuff.
Yeah, I could probably try and see if old boy got any oh, what do I need for this? Yeah. If he's got any of that big cat spit for my elixir, my cheetah elixir. Running low on that.
All right, so you guys are headed to the general store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you head in that direction. What is everyone else doing?
I mean, I have just about everything, but I was gonna grab a couple healing potions and probably just follow them to the general store to also poke around.
All right, you go with them to the general store. Caspian, Alara.
Caspian is going to spend the entire day trying to figure out how likely it is Alara is going to die out in the wild.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But in the very subtle sense. They're basically going to spend the time showing Alara this is your space, this is where you get to do your things, so do you have any combat training? Librarian, huh? That's really interesting. Do you know anything? Do you have any cold weather clothes? I mean, just looking, there's not a lot of furs there, and just like that kind of stuff. Just trying to vibe check the level of survivability that this elf has, just for their own morbid curiosity.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
What would I have to roll here? Anything?
I'm actually gonna let you just like determine what you'd like
It's
to
a
roll
crisp 8.
on your own. Like, if you're like how you're trying to present to Caspian, or if you think Alara's not trying to present a certain way. It's like it's up to you what you'd like to roll here to seem either proficient or not.
What the heck would I roll here? What? Oh my god.
It's entirely up
There's
to
a
you.
ton of options.
Yeah.
What? You know, this could potentially work. What? Let's see.
What we got? All right. A will save. I am very brave.
Caspian just seems stoic, well put together, not intimidated at all by the upcoming event.
There's definitely a point where Caspian, like, while we're walking through the halls and like they're showing the place off and everything like that, where Caspian rounds a corner first, and as Alara goes to round that corner, they jump around the corner and go to see if they jump.
Oh my god.
Would Alara jump?
What would Alara do? Alara would probably like jump backwards or attempt to jump backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she jumps backwards, and I'm gonna say with like the will save, because it was higher than my perception, there's like Caspian kind of like feels like they see a twinkle in their eye of like some sort of ferocity to defend themselves, and they just kind of like straighten up and put the hand on their hilt and just kind of give him a proud nod of just like, well done, I see, yes.
It wasn't a jump like startled, but it was a jump like prepared to defend them.
Yeah, jump prepared, and she was like reaching for something under her like cloak, but she didn't pull it.
You just get a little alert in your HUD that just says Caspian will remember this.
Caspian approves.
Yep, Caspian approves. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's if Alora. I'm so sorry, I can't fucking remember it.
It's Alara. It's Alara.
If Alara would like to go anywhere, Caspian will escort them, because she is now their charge.
Cool. Alara probably would also like be curious to like check up on the letter later, but probably would want to go with the rest of everyone to go get like healing potions and stuff like that and go to the general store.
All right. Then the group makes its way to the general store. And it's not, you guys are not yet at a point where you're moving as a group, so it is kind of disjoint in that like two of you leave to go to the general store, so Astrid and Slannon are like, okay, we're going to the general store, and Sebastian's like, I will follow them. And then like 2 minutes later, Caspian and Alara set off in the same direction. And you guys kind of all arrived staggered like that to busy business, which is kind of like, it's this big building in the middle of town, and it looks really well put together from the outside, but then you enter and it's just like, it's pretty disorganized. Usually general stores have like shelves set up and like all of the stuff is put on the shelves, but this is like, there are tables. This is almost more like a swap meet almost. So there are just like tables and just stuff is piled on top of the tables. And there's a kind of a countertop in the back, and sitting on top of the countertop is this kind of small Arctic goblin with like snow white goblinoid features, and you see them sitting back on the counter. And then Astrid and Selene, as you walk in, you recognize this as Busy. And they give you a very, like, big, toothy, snaggle-toothed grin.
I greet Busy and Goblin.
They greet you in Goblin in return.
Aw.
Oh, how's it going there, Busy? Been a minute.
Well, yeah. I mean, once we're settled in, nobody really needs much. What can I get for you guys? Though you look like you're on a mission. You got places to be, places to go.
That's right. Gotta take a little trip out of town. Need some supplies. What you got for us today?
I mean, what don't I got? The answer is not much. We haven't had trade here in months. But
Yeah.
I got so much rope.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it'd be easier if you tell me what you need, what you're looking for.
She just looks over her shoulder over at Astrid. Got any ideas?
Well, let's see. I have most of the stuff. I was trying to look at the inventory options while we
You
were
got
there. No.
Yeah, so the general store has most, like, common items stocked.
Sweet.
you got furs, like something to put your head on.
Hell.
What about y'all? Y'all set to go outside? Huh? She turns to the rest of the group.
As you turn, they're actually just, like, entering the building behind you guys.
Sharp-eared cat folk. I heard them the whole time.
So then I said, no, that's a dagger.
Okay.
I suppose that makes sense.
Anyway, this is the general store. This is busy business. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
And
what's wrong?
They just kind of point
Howdy.
at the rest of the group. Wait, why is the weird one hiding behind the shelves over there?
Which one?
The weird one.
I want to say Subaru.
Huh?
Sam.
Sebastian just pokes his head out, like, while looking for stuff and goes, Sebastian, thanks.
Yes, that is definitely what I said. Look at this. What a rare bit of serendipity. It seems we've all found ourselves at the general store. Who could have foreseen this?
I suppose we all needed supplies, so probably everyone.
It is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
and now,
It seems really obvious.
It's kind of just what makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
indeed. Truly a good omen. Now then, Alira, you said you have no camping supplies whatsoever.
No, I do have supplies. I just don't have a tent.
Oh, all right. And you don't know how to pitch one.
I might. It's been
All right.
a long time.
We are going to purchase for you a tent, and whenever we get back to the keep, we're gonna do drills. All right, because the last thing you
Okay.
want is to be under 4 feet of snow, wind howling, and not sure where to put the rod.
Oh,
Jesus.
All right.
yes. She kind of like blushes and just like nods.
Yes. Where to put the rod, of course.
Indeed.
No,
Sebastian's grinning to himself while going through the shelves, like, yeah, I can picture that.
Lord.
Oh my God.
Caspian, have you pitched a tent before, or do you just have other people do it for you?
Clearly, you have no idea the legacy of House Novak. We are a warrior house, my friend. I have fought, killed, skinned, and battled many things out in the wilderness. I trust you that.
Right, but have
Like
you ever
what,
pitched
your
a-
knee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
yes, of
but have
course
you
I've
ever
pitched
pitched a tent?
Yes, of
Okay,
course I've pitched
thank
a
you.
tent.
Because I've also killed and skinned and...
Well, yes, obviously that's your worth to me right now in this moment. You're our tracker person. That
Okay.
should be very apparent by your furs and your skins and things.
Yes. I would hope
Sasha's
my
gonna lean
reputation...
towards Astrid and be like, and whisper like, he's a little defensive. I don't think they've pitched a tent before.
I don't even think they know what a. I don't even think they know their way around the zipper.
Caspian has
Like
gotten
for the tent.
Caspian has gotten distracted as like looking at shelves as like rummaging around, and their head just like pops up and they're holding something over their head. They're just like, ha ha! Found a stash of grappling hooks. Delightful.
Solana fucking smacks her forehead.
Taking 3 of these.
Oh,
Yes.
for the wherever we're going, is it a place we have to rappel down into?
That remains to be seen, hence my desire to acquire these grappling hooks. Obviously, as you know, the ice flow is... the Frigid March is a frozen river, which does mean that there should be water beneath it. But we also know that it is frozen solid, so depending on what we find there, we may have to venture beneath the depths. Would you also like some grappling hooks then?
Sure, I'll take one.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Do I have a grappling hook?
thank you.
I
Oh,
make
you
it
got a
a
climate
point
kit.
to ensure that I have a grappling hook for every adventure. You never know when it comes in handy.
Oh, I have a climbing kit.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very sure.
Fantastic. A climbing kit, actually. Climbing kit.
Yeah.
Even
Has a
better.
grappling hook in it.
Yeah, it has a grappling
has
hook.
For
yeah.
some reason, he's got a leash and a collar, but they're pretty too big for a dog. For a hen.
What?
She looks at Sebastian. You, huh?
All right.
Huh?
Well,
Never mind.
this is weird.
Push him under a pile.
Yes. Actually, that's a great point. We might want a second one of those. Busy.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have any grappling kits or climbing kits stashed away by chance?
Climbing kit. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me look. You know, I don't have one out here, but I should look. Let me look in the back. I'm shocked that you don't have any in your. Don't you? You guys have like a private armory?
Caspian just kind of stops for a second, thinks. Oh yes.
Oh,
Right. We are extremely well outfitted, and I forgot about that. Sorry, I got so distracted on ensuring that each of you could stand on your own 2 feet. Yes, actually, we do have a pretty decent armory. Speaking of which, is anyone in need of weapons or armaments of any kind?
Seem to be good.
Yes.
I
You
do
seem
like the
all-
idea. I do like the idea that Caspian is so rich that he forgot that he was rich.
Oh, they absolutely forget that they're rich all the time.
Like, oh right, I'm rich.
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, oh no, it's a daily occurrence. Oh right, money matters.
Yep.
But yes, yes. Well, if that case, if there's anything that Busy does not have here, we more than likely purchased it from them to ensure that the guardsmen and other individuals that we contract, like yourselves, are properly outfitted. So just let me know if there's not something here, and we'll check our supply.
I did find the climbing kits. I had a couple in the back.
Ah, resplendent. I'll take one.
All right, 5 silver.
5 silver, have 6, you delightful minx.
Oh, all right. I'm cool with that.
Yay. Yes, give me your money.
Excellent. Climbing kit it is.
Could I get one of those too, please?
You know what? One for the tall elf as well. Have a gold piece.
All right, climbing kit.
Thank you.
Laura, was it?
Yeah, Alara.
Alar. Do you have any fur coats or anything to keep you warm while you're out there?
She lifts her cloak, and it's like,
Whoa.
wasn't it like fur lined basically? Like it was.
Yeah, it's a
pretty
heavy duty.
Yeah, it's heavy duty. She
Oh,
has like
good.
fur lined everything. Like her boots
Good,
are fur lined
good.
everything.
Never mind.
Ah,
That
delightful.
sounds like you're prepared, and we'll get you more prepared. All right.
Yep. You can give yourself a climbing kit in your inventory, Viper.
Heck yeah.
I
thank
dropped
you.
one into your sheet already.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
sick.
you.
Did you drop one into mine before I drop one in?
No, I did. I was about to, but if you got it already, then
Already done, big dog.
sweet.
Got any bedrolls?
Bed rolls? Yeah, I got bed rolls.
Yeah, bedrolls.
Yeah, I got bed rolls.
I ain't got nothing to sleep on.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, here's the thing. I got a regular bedroll, it's like 2 copper, but then I got these new ones I'm trying to push. They're like super cushioned. What do you think?
Super cushioned bedroll.
What's the price difference?
I mean, it's worth the price difference, but it's 2 copper for the regular bedroll and then 4 copper for the cushy one.
Fuck it, I'll take the cushy one.
Hell yeah.
Fine choice.
My wife made these cushy ones.
Oh, now I gotta take it. You
Trying
should
to
have
get
left
'em
with
off
that.
Well, I want them to sell. I want the product to sell itself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm proud of her. But if everyone knows that she's the one making it, she's like, oh, they're only buying it because I made it. It's a good product.
Yes, no, I understand. That makes sense. It's hard to escape the shadow of the intensive of your family name. I get it. Now then, anything else? Anyone? We're good?
Oh,
We've got
tent, right?
Tent. Yes, I am certain we have a tent for you back at the keep.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
How much is a tent?
And do you all need?
Yeah.
Does anyone else need a tent? I mean, I
I haven't gone out in a while, so.
I
Right,
apparently
no.
need a tent.
I would offer mine, but mine is
Flint.
a bit small. Flint.
We need
Quite
something to start a
wise.
fire, just in case,
Yes.
you know. So, like some flint and steel.
Yeah, an extra flint and steel for yourself. We have that. We have camping kits at back of the thing because we send scouts out pretty regularly. So if you would like to just acquire that from there, you're certainly welcome to fund a local business if you so desire. But if you are short on change, we are happy to provide.
It's been a rough season, so you know what? I'll take it.
All right, fair enough. You will have one House No-Back camping kit.
Man, I shouldn't have reminded you that you're stinking rich because now you're not buying anything.
Oh, listen, I gave
buy
you a
it.
gold piece for
I'll buy it
and 6 silver. I feel as though
All right.
I apologize.
I'm just saying.
sorry.
You're
you're
feel
right.
like it was
I
a
should,
poor. Like
you
it
know
wasn't.
what?
I wasn't being a very shrewd businessman in that moment.
You
I
know
should've
what?
worked
And
on it.
also, I feel as though I've overstepped my bounds as Viscount. I'll step outside. The rest of you, please shop to your heart's content. Anything you miss or can't find here, we'll cover that later. But I'll be right outside. I'll be right. I'm just gonna go. And I step outside.
That was shockingly nice.
Waits until he's outside and he looks at the storekeeper and he's like, so, where can I perchance acquire some, and he, does a smoking, action with his finger.
Oh, yeah, I don't sell that here, but to May Medical, you can get it pretty easy.
So I didn't raise this right.
Oh
I
yeah.
heard a lot of shit in the side room, so.
Sebastian, back steps over to her and he's like, you and I are gonna be best friends.
She pats them on the back. All right, sweetheart.
So what size tent are you guys looking for? Because you can get like a 4-person tent, which you could probably all squeeze into, or like a pup tent, which is like a 1-person tent.
How big is the full person tent?
Big enough for 4 people.
Yeah.
Yes, but she just kind of motions to herself being extremely tall.
We can make it work.
It's like a one-size-fits-all 4-person tent. So I guess if everyone was like a Yusoki, they could fit a lot more than 4. But I've seen orcs sleep comfortably in these tents, so you'd probably be okay. They're like a little taller than you.
Okay. How much is the 4-person tent?
All right, let's see. 5 gold.
5 gold? Okay. Let me see.
I can chip in some if you need some extra.
I'll pitch in with a gold.
If everyone else wanted to put in one, I'll go 2.
I'll
all share
put
a
one in.
4-person.
I'll put a gold
Yep.
piece in.
Yeah.
Then I'll put one in as well.
All right. Okay, there you go. 4-person tent.
Okay. Busy.
Yeah.
Do you have a snare kit?
Snare kit. Sure. Let me see.
Yeah. I need to resupply some of my trapping gear.
Let me see. Who wants the 4-person tent for inventory? Just while I have it up.
Good question.
One of you needs to carry that. We do have encumbrance rules,
You know-
so keep in mind your strength.
Oh, I can't.
Mhm.
I can't
Ooh.
carry it.
Yeah, as a reminder, so actually just you can all see what your weight is. If you look at your character sheet, you go to the inventory tab. At the very bottom of the inventory of the character sheet, you'll see a bulk bar, and it'll have like what your current bulk is out of blue. Your max bulk is what that is, but whatever your max bulk is cut in half, that is your encumbered state, right? So for example, me, I have 10 strength, right? Like I have default strength. So my max bulk is 10, but my encumbrance is 5.
Right. Yeah.
And encumbrance will make life significantly harder for you during travel and stuff. So keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
How much bulk is the 4-person tent? Is the question.
Let's
for-
see.
That
One?
means one.
It's 1
Okay.
bulk, yeah.
Alara will take it because she's going to be doing the drills.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Trap. So what were you looking for, Astrid?
The snare kit.
Okay. And just to specify, do you have the feat that lets you set up snares?
Oh, there's a feat for it.
There is
I
a
did
feat
not
for
know
that.
No, I don't.
This is Pathfinder 2nd Edition, baby. There's always a fee for it.
Yep.
Yeah, because it only says that it allows you to craft snares using the crafting skill. I didn't know there was a
Hold
thing
on, let's
attached
see.
to that. If it's the case that I need a feat, then never mind.
Well, it might be. Well, let's see. Do you have?
Well, didn't they change it? Because I know they have snare
They might have. This
specialist
is
at
why
level
I'm
4.
Trying to remember. It might be that you need a feat to do it as an action.
Yeah, because you have snare crafting, which is a level 1 feat,
Okay.
which lets you you can use this to craft the craft activity to create snares. When you select this feat, you add the formula for 4 common snares to your formula book.
Yeah, crafting is complicated
Okay.
because you have to have the formulas to be able to craft anything.
Oh, gotcha. Then never mind then.
Yeah.
Like schematics, basically.
But that's potentially something you can level up into because eventually, I don't know if anyone's thought about it yet, but we will be doing archetype stuff.
I know exactly what my archetype is. I'm so fucking ready.
I'm not surprised. Okay, well, is there anything else?
No, I think that'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys purchased your loot and then you head out for your respective evenings. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Yay, break.
All right.
Woo, break.
Yay!
Yay, break.
Quick 10-minute break and then we'll be right back. Right back.
Hell yeah.
Yay, right back.
Right back.
See you guys in just a minute.
Brr.
Yay.
Bye.
We'll be back.